Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Sculpting something new today. Well, something very old. This sculpt has been kicking around since I genuinely do not know when. It's been definitely over a year. Or close to 2.
I forgot to turn the music on. Hey, babe.
What is up?
Is it delayed a lot? Oh, did I turn the thing on? Hang on. Oh. Welcome to the chat room. Oh, okay.
Yes, it has been all of the same time. I think this sculpt is probably getting really close to at least 2 years old. Well, I kind of did it and then didn't mess with it for a long time.
Oop, that's loud. Hang on.
But yes, I was calling this my probe boy.
Yeah, we may have had a bit of a hiccup.
Did you break it?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that was probably me.
Gotta quit breaking the internet.
No.
No?
No.
Gonna keep doing it? All day, every day?
Yep.
Can't stop, won't stop?
Yep, exactly. Okay.
But yeah, I think
I will be right back.
I'm not fully prepared to lose the silly ass expression yet. But I did want to add some more interest. So I kind of smushed the head over a little bit. Gonna enhance some wrinkles further. And I'm kind of thinking I might want to do a little Mars Attack shout out with some like brain texture. Not full on Mars Attack's brain, but a little bit of extra texture. So I think his nose needs to come out a little bit. I will probably end up doing a mutant at some point, or a mutant adjacent thing, but More Monsters already does a mutant. That is pretty cool. So if I won't, and I'm not necessarily against doing the same things as other people sometimes, but if I know there's a great a really good version out there, then I kind of don't have to yet. You know what I mean? I don't remember Jordu doing one. He may have, though. I know Georgia's aliens tend to be quite different. I've seen at least a few aliens that he's done, but I don't remember seeing a mutant. But yeah, I kind of dig the personality they got out of the Mars Attacks aliens. And despite the fact that they have this like weird skull face, it's pretty immobile. Oh, did he do one? I'll have to check it out later. Yeah, no. I'm just not in love with how he had kind of an inny nose. Yeah, I thought this might be an interesting piece because I feel like it's a solid enough idea. It just wants more visual refining and interest. Really? I can't remember. I almost think Jordu may have designed the aliens for Independence Day. I don't know that, but I know he's got quite a few when he does an alien that have that kind of crab-like head shape. Not like a crab's head necessarily, but like a whole ass crab. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to do a gray alien kind of thing, but I didn't want to do a boring gray alien. And then as I did this one, I got less into it just because of the there wasn't enough going on just visually, design wise. I'm also pretty sure I don't like these ears. Oh, and also while I'm messing around with things, I thought I would mess around with something rank wise. I have attempted to make a pineapple Pepsi, but not the way Little Caesars did, that was basically just pineapple drank. Right now we're sitting at 1 can Pepsi, about a quarter of a can Fanta. I don't like mixing juice with my soda as much because I like the bubbles and I don't like the gluten. Yeah. At about a quarter of a can, it's fairly. It's got a pretty good pineapple taste, but you can still definitely get the Pepsi. And I put half that can in there. That's not. So, oddly enough, I think pineapple Pepsi, half a can. I might make sweet and sour sauce, but I like sweet and sour sauce. Maybe not enough to drink it, but
Sweet and sour soda.
okay. So, 1 can of Pepsi, half can of Fanta pineapple. I actually think tastes more like pineapple juice than the Fanta pineapple. It's got that. So, pineapple has more acidity than I think the Fanta pineapple juice. Fanta pineapple juice comes off a little sweet. Or the Fanta pineapple soda comes off a little sweet. My favorite way to have it is actually mixed with just soda water. Like if I get it out of the drinks machine, I'll usually give it a little hit of soda water to take some of the sweet back. But I don't believe it does in North America. Yeah, I think a 50-50 blend, or close enough, is not far off from pineapple juice. Natural flavor. So it could have pineapple juice. Oh, contains no juice. So I'm not sure which natural flavor. What's natural about the flavor?
Beaver.
It's not beaver anal gland. It's not an occult flavor anyway. It's not a supernatural flavor. No ghosts. I thought it was in fake root beer and sarsaparilla products.
What is?
Castor. The castor oil anal beaver juice.
Oh, strawberry stuff.
Well, so far we've got 3 guesses right now: fake vanilla, strawberry stuff, and root beer related.
Should I look it up?
You can. He may have already looked it up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, while we're discussing beaver anal gland beverages, I continue trying to vanilla, strawberry, and red. Oh, that's right.
So we're all
Blue
right?
raspberry. No, everybody but me.
Oh. Love it.
Unless there's vanilla flavor added to the root beer flavor, which I mean there could be if it's fake vanilla, but it's not. That's the only one not specifically called for. Nope, that's too much. But yeah, I'm going for. Just gonna punch up the wrinkles I want to have like one side of the neck sort of stretched and one side a little bit compressed. Don't use the fake kind anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I don't recall seeing imitation vanilla extract, but definitely vanilla, like vanilla extract. We don't tend to use the pure vanilla stuff, at least not that I know of. Not that I fucking bake.
So we.
I don't believe we have any in the cupboard. We have a vanilla. We have a vanilla extract bottle. Which I think is just, I think that's actually vanilla based. I don't really know. I'm not concerned with a little beaver butt juice. Flavorings are very weird. I know I made one slushy from what do they call it? Giant ass grapefruit like thing. Pomelo. I made it from a pomelo.
That was disgusting.
And I thought it was reasonably nice.
Disgusting.
Jamie liked it well enough, I think. I always thought A1 sauce was somewhat similar to Worcestershire.
I do not like grapefruit.
No. I haven't had A1 in a hot minute. But I do remember it being like a slightly sweeter, less salty, maybe just ever so slightly spice heavy, like a peppery Worcestershire sauce. I did know that it had a fruit paste, but it's based on like a chutney, I think. I find the katsu sauce to be a lot more sweet forward. At least the ones that I have had. But I think katsu sauce may have a fair range. I always liked the Bulldog brand if I was gonna get some. And I found that one to be very sugary and fruit forward. There's also chamoy, which has a similar-ish kind of flavor profile. Except it's much more like pepper and lime. You get a distinct lime kind of quality from it. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see A1 being like a tangier katsu sauce. Like it would definitely work as a katsu kind of thing, especially if you do the cutlet with the sweet sauce and the mayo, which I've had occasion. Yeah, I could probably work with curry too. But yeah, I've had some Japanese restaurants that do the mayo along with the plum derived sauce for cutlet. But at least in Canada, I found so far, they tend to just do the brown the katsu sauce with so I don't know what is the more common. Either way works for me. Do love me a katsu cutlet. Both the ton and chicken variety. Actually, I think those are about the only two I've had. Tried oh no, I'm not building a over helmet thing. No. Not getting into trying to either fit something to an existing glass dome or fucking glass work. Wow, that's outside my interests by a chunk. I know how I would do it if I was going to do it, but I think that sort of thing just doesn't appeal to me. I'd have to find some glass domes that I wanted to fit, and then build the guy so that it was just oversized and would fit in after the shrinkage. Gonna have a kiln switch needing switching in
We started at
15 minutes.
7:30. Do you wanna? Are we going till 8:30?
Well, we started
Okay.
closer to 7:40.
Was it 7:40?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got 13 and a half minutes left.
Okay.
I have a timer.
Okay. You just
But if I remember, I will turn it off before it happens.
tell me when.
Yeah, I don't want to get into sourcing glass enclosure things and then having to buy a bunch of them. No, thank you. If there was a standard size that anybody could get, I might consider it, but you know how the Mars Attacks aliens have the glass helmet?
The cloche.
The cloche, yes. No, I don't want to do the cloche. I am too.
We might have one upstairs. It's not
No,
big enough.
I'm sure we have one, and I'm sure I could get one, but the point would be getting.
Big enough one?
No, I could get a big enough one, or I could make the character to fit one. But then we'd have to buy all of them if we were going to sell it with them.
Got it.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Chewy has a couple, and like there was a while where they were super available. You could get plastic ones that looked really good, and they were just everywhere, like around Halloween time especially.
I'm sure if you hit up Michael's
Yeah,
after Halloween.
but you know, it's one of those things where like
It's very specific.
you've got to get a bunch of them, and they're not, you know, if it was like a mason jar kind of scenario where they're a standard size, then I would worry about something like that, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
I don't want it.
This business stuff ruins everything sometimes, you know?
Agreed.
Like, yeah, you can get one for taxidermy. We probably do have a couple of them kicking around because they are cool. And, you know, they make stuff look cool when you put it in them, but you know, I'm not making just one of these things. I'm not making a huge number, so it's not like it would be a whole tremendous amount of inventory you have to hold, but like, unless I was sure I could get them as needed, at a good price. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not good at the business stuff, because I don't want to fuck with that shit. Yeah. I want to make an alien. I do enjoy the Mars Attacks aliens, so I don't mind a reference there, but I'm not going to make a Mars Attacks alien out of this. Giving it a little bit of brain texture, because I think that's cool. This would be a really fun kind of thing for doing in latex. Yeah, when I'm doing my kind of visually punching things up, I like to look for these areas where I can have like some concavities next to convex things. Try and kind of reinforce some shapes. Get these eyebrows to repeat a little. He does look very sleepy. Yeah, the edits seem to be muddying that kind of horny expression. I'm okay with it. I can bring it. I can get it back if I want it.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my original design inspirations was the Shrek biting his lower lip meme.
Can we put it up?
I mean, you can.
Loading, loading.
You got 2 minutes for killing time.
Okay.
You can just throw it whenever. You don't have to actually wait for that. Oh, did you actually change it?
Yes.
Oh, my screen is frozen.
Oh. It was locked and loaded. I had it already.
No, well, I know, but I can't see it because
You can
it's.
see it.
I believe I can still see.
Did you see Jen say gross?
Yes.
Okay.
I just don't know. Yeah, I'm experiencing some technical issues on my screen. The image part isn't updating. I don't know about chat.
Okay, so this is a problem because we've been over it so many times. And I'm like, I swear it really has. I doubt it. You've done one.
There's literally a sign
You
up.
put cardboard over top.
Oh, I did. So top one,
1, 3,
not the
2,
next
4.
one down. Then
1, 3, 2, 4. That's what I thought, but like I said.
yeah. Did it let you pet it yet? Is it letting Ernie pet it? It'll get there.
It's kind of like trying to back up a trailer and knowing that you need to do it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then my brain just farts out. Or like trying to get the screen print for the iron-on or for the transfers done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, so
It needs to
it
be
needs to be
backward.
forward, but it needs to be backwards, but it needs to be forward, and then it goes backwards again.
Uh-huh.
It's like, wait, where's my final state? Pretty sure my final state is backwards if I'm putting it on transfer paper, and forwards if I'm putting it directly on the mug.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or just throwing it out there. Make sure there's no text.
Ew. Why the fuck would I do that?
Ew. Text-free
No.
communication? What?
I mean, I do text-free stuff.
Uh-huh.
I just
Doing
like
text-free
text.
stuff right now?
I'm doing text-free stuff. Yeah, exactly. I like doing text though. I'm not going to be limited by my brain warmth.
See, I should just stay away from text entirely all the time. As a dyslexic, the sooner we get over this whole text thing, the better. Switch it all up to memes and it'll be fine. I actually don't know if that's true. Lucky for me, I'm one of the dyslexics that doesn't have any real trouble with reading. It's just rendering text.
Pretty good at interpreting nonsense.
Well, yeah.
But clocking that it's wrong.
Oh, no, there's no way. Yeah, I have a very fluid definition of what makes a word a word. As long as it's got most of the right letters in it. Actually, I'm not even sure if the order matters that much. It's got to matter to a point, otherwise I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between words that had the same letters in different orders. But that point might just be the first letter. I don't know. The number of... with the whole neurodivergence thing with the internet, the number of memes and posts I've seen that are supposed to be some version of, if you can read this misspelled thing, you're autistic. Which I am reasonably certain it does not work that way. But I have to get that those are wrong purely by context.
Yeah, the context is you're not autistic.
What? Wait, is it? Because I think...
I'm kidding, but that's the joke, right? If you can read this, you're autistic. So you can't read it, so you're not autistic.
No, I can read it.
Oh, you can read it.
I absolutely can read it.
Oh, okay.
It's just knowing that there's anything wrong with it at all. I mean, the Dyslexorcist is good.
Yeah. Yes.
The staff of dyslexia dropping.
How about my teacher, the one saying how my teacher told me I'd never be good at poetry? Yeah, that's applicable. It's not a joke you could tell out loud, but the joke is they wrote pottery. Or I made this pot, it turned out just fine, or something like that. I don't remember the phrasing of this.
So there's like a picture of some ceramic art?
Well, it's like written text. So let me see if I can find it. Dyslexic pottery poetry joke.
I can't say that I am familiar with that one.
Screenshot. This may be giant. If it is, I apologize.
That's fine.
Oh, no, we're good. I was told dyslexia would hold me back and I'd never be any good at poetry. I've proved them wrong so far. I've proved them wrong so far. I've made 2 jugs and a vase.
No, I can see where that would be definitely a thing.
Or the reverse. My dyslexic son came last in the school pottery contest. He wrote a poem.
That seems less likely somehow.
Yeah. Yep, agreed. It's not. I'm considering taking a position to translate old Mongolian poetry. The job has its pros and cons. Spelled pros as in poetry and cons as in con.
Okay.
What's this? George Shell's
Yes.
alien guy.
Yeah.
Alien brain guy. That's pretty neat.
Yes, it is a
Metaluna mutant.
Does it look like a mutant?
Yeah. I mean, it's better than obviously.
I mean, you say it's better.
Okay, but this island Earth is not exactly known for its.
Okay, so the weird thing about this island Earth,
yes,
is it's not bad because it was a B movie. That was not a B movie.
Okay.
They absolutely spent money on that thing, like a lot of money on that thing.
Okay.
I
remember you.
I'm not sure where that all went to, but literally the poster for that movie, the tagline was something like the movie that was 5 years in the making or something.
Okay.
Like they really went they used the mutant creature for one of the backgrounds in the Star Wars movie. Not that I know of. I know several of the background aliens from the cantina were just masks that oh fuck me, what's his name? Super famous special effects artist. It's weird. I don't know why I can never like come up with his name. He did some of the werewolf American Werewolf in London stuff. he did he did not do any of the Thing. He did. I'm pretty sure he did the Rick Baker. Like he did a lot of the a significant portion of the special effects work on the original Star Wars. This is like I'm pretty sure the Wampa was mostly his stuff. I know Phil Tippett did a lot of stuff for Star Wars too. But yeah, I want to say he did some stuff with Nightmare on Elm Street, but not the Freddy, like the first Freddy character. But yeah, I don't know what it is about. Tippett did the Wampa. I'm pretty sure Tippett did Java too. I think Phil Tippett was lead on that one. I know the Alien like chess game that Chewie was playing. Those were critters that Tippett just had like laying around. But yeah, I don't know what it is about Rick Baker. Can never come up with his name. And I would say Rick Baker is probably like easily the most top 5 most well-known special effects artists. Especially considering that, as far as I know, he's not done any like front of camera work. Outside maybe like a cameo or, you know, doing something fully dressed up in the costume because they just needed somebody to put the damn mask on. And yeah, I mean, I think I don't know from everybody, but he would definitely be one of the biggest names. Um, yeah, like that kind of thing. I mean, like Tom Savini is well known, but he gets in front of the camera pretty frequently, and he's also directed. And done a bunch of other stuff. Like, I don't even know if more people would be familiar with Dick Smith. And as far as, like, you know, industry impact, Dick Smith is absolutely huge, and he's done some super iconic movie work. Like, I don't know if The Exorcist is probably not the biggest, like, grossing horror movie anymore. But I mean, it was forever. And it's probably one of the most influential horror films. But yeah, like, you know, Rick Baker and Stan Winston and Tom Savini. I suppose probably the most famous would probably be like Lon Chaney Jr. I never ever remember Rick Baker's name off the top of my head.
Miss.
I don't remember seeing the Planet of the Apes stuff that he did. I follow Rick Baker on Instagram, but he hasn't come up in a hot minute. Instagram feed is weird. Just kind of spits out what it wants.
Does indeed.
Oh, like last Halloween. I mean, he's always got a Halloween project. Which is always fun to watch. It is always kind of cool to see what some of these like industry people that have all the resources to do just whatever the hell they want do as their own, like, for shits and giggles project. That's kind of the aspect that I enjoy the most. Well, I suppose that's, that's recent enough in like geological time.
Did you post today?
Did I post today? Yes, I posted that I was going to be doing this alien at about 6 o'clock.
I mean,
Because
better than nothing.
wasn't me.
Alright, so I have 2 of these. I'll go put these in the camera.
Yep. Still got a half an hour, so don't throw the next switch in.
No.
Yeah, probably in that neighborhood. I've been tinkering with some other stuff too. I was messing with this guy. I don't have a good... I have no idea if that's visible because I can't see what's happening, but sort of fiddling around with my Frankenstein project. It's got a bunch of stuff going on in there. I was looking at some old chronology illustrations on like how to spot a criminal. I was looking at Nazi facial scarring. I was looking at old mugshots, like Victorian mugshots. Robert. Who the hell is Robert Patrick? That name sounds familiar.
Terminator.
Terminator. Oh.
Am I right?
Maybe. I think, yeah, that sounds right. From the
liquid one?
Yeah, he was in Peacemaker. But yeah, I'm kicking around several ideas. I'm awful with names. Like, I really am.
Okay. Do I want to do 3 skulls or do I want
I
to do
have no idea why that information just leaves immediately.
What is it?
Names.
Oh. You don't care.
I don't. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes it's useful. Like when you're trying to come up with Rick Baker. Probably not an easier way of describing a Rick Baker. So, cat stuff then.
Time's alright. I got
10 minutes after 9.
Are you doing pretty stuff?
Probably.
Keep waffling between, like, make sure I do a bunch of, like, a variety of stuff so I don't go crazy. And then also, but we have some big shows coming up, and I should probably rock into these things with multiples of things that everybody loves.
I mean, you should, but there's time to make multiples of things.
Is there? I mean, there is, but also, I'm not fast. I'm the opposite of fast.
You're not the opposite of fast.
I am,
but you're not fast.
Yes. So we don't need to be excused.
Well, no, but you need to take time for R&D.
I know. I'm aware. Okay, it's not the problem with the specific R&D that is on my plate right now is I'm scared of it.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why you are the opposite of fast, maybe. I'm
worried that I'll fuck it.
I don't know. I don't have a good uh a good concept of fast for projects, honestly. Um, sometimes I feel like stuff takes me forever to get done.
Mm-hmm. You just have so much to do.
Well, there is a lot to do.
But I don't really have time.
Well, you also take a
Time.
lot of, I don't know.
What?
Like you're doing, you don't mind doing the same thing, sort of, a few times.
No, I don't.
Like it's almost like you
again,
kind of like the routine.
I do. I like the routine. I like the actual act of making this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yes, dreaming up new ideas is a thing, but sometimes I don't want to have to.
See, and that's where my brain's like, what do you mean dreaming up new ideas? Is what? That's a separate step.
Yeah, it is. And I like being able to iterate the same idea and get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I appreciate that.
Each new thing I make of a specific design, ideally, will be better than the one before. They're not always.
No.
I try.
No, these things aren't a straight line.
No. And sometimes something just goes horribly awry. Other times I get rushed and screw things up. Or I try to cut a corner that ought not to be cut. Or I try a new technique and that new technique is just not for me.
Yeah. Well, pottery is always a harsh mistress.
Yeah.
But I think we all do improve somewhat with time. It's sort of weird. When I'm thinking about the way that I make art stuff. And it does always feel like there's improvement and you're learning things. But I also know there's bound to be at some point that like super special project that just works out. And like that's the coolest thing you're gonna do.
You might as well stop. You're never gonna do anything that cool again.
You're never gonna do anything that cool again. But I can't really conceptualize that.
Okay.
And I also don't know, like I know that's gotta happen for everybody. Like almost by definition. You get older, you get slower, and you don't have the energy and that kind of thing. But like the number of people who the very last thing they ever made was also the coolest stats thing they ever made has got to be pretty small.
Probably. Unless they suffered from an untimely demise.
Well, even if they suffered from an untimely demise, that's seems somewhat improbable. Like the distance between the last thing they did and the coolest thing they ever did probably gets longer if you live forever. But
pain is definitely the opposite of fast. More so than me.
yeah, I don't know. On a certain level, I've seen worse than pain. A lot of pain stuff gets done eventually. A portion of a not unreasonable portion of her stuff gets done eventually. This is true. Funny thing is, I'm not sure if that's necessarily that predictive, though. Some of the people that I've known that bounce project to project and leave a lot of stuff just completely unfinished, they were still like professionals doing art stuff. It's just there was a certain amount of attrition in their process.
I do that.
Do you do that a lot?
Bounce from project to project.
Well, you bounce from project to project, but you generally get back around to most of them.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
talking about that warehouse of unfinished shit.
I don't have room for that.
No. No, but like, I don't know. When I'm thinking about the stuff that I do, that I've made, it kind of feels like the project I'm working on right now is the coolest thing I've ever, every time.
Isn't you Mr. Alien now?
Hmm?
He's the coolest thing I've ever.
No, not necessarily. Like, it's weird, but it is in that it's what I'm working on. It's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Like, if you asked me to rank it, I probably wouldn't rank this alien super high. But when I'm working on it, that sort of thing doesn't occur.
Somebody commented on your post from today. Oh my, who is that dreamboat?
That is my probe boy.
Should have said that.
I mean, you can do. I don't know. Who is it, Becky?
It was Fly Teeth.
No, I don't like teeth.
He's my probe boy.
I don't. The name doesn't sound familiar. I'm sure I would know their work. Unless they're one of the people that follow us that doesn't make stuff. I don't. No, I feel like he's getting less handsome.
Huh.
But yeah, it's really hard to think of your coolest project when you kind of forget about all your projects that you aren't working on. I mean, handsomer, maybe? Handsome's a tough one.
Try and curve this in half an
I think there are a lot of definitions of handsome. You know, you aren't required to quit
hour.
at the end of stream time.
No.
But he was certainly smoother before. He had less detail. And if Instagram and or TikTok is to be believed, that is more attractive. Those make me pretty filters
Always makes people smooth.
always seems to take off all the detail. I mean, he may be. I genuinely can't see with the camera. My image hasn't updated since before we changed the. Did you change Shrek back or is it still?
Yeah.
It's still sexy Shrek.
That's true. Do you want me to put it back to
I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
I'm going.
You go ahead.
Alien.
It is alien.
Alien.
But yeah, my picture part hasn't changed since before you changed it to Shrek.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a certain amount of airbrushed to him before. I think a big percentage of what I do when I'm sculpting is making things less handsome. A lot of the characters have a handsome phase in there somewhere. I'm thinking about my my Frankenstein project. Oh, I think I have some conceptual ideas because Frankenstein's been done so many times,
including a few times by you.
Yeah, done a couple, but it's been done often enough that it makes a great shorthand.
What do you mean?
So you can, if you're doing a wholly new type critter, obviously that's the only version that exists. So you can't, oops, broke his neck. You can't really like have that critter be like, you know, recognizable, so people are like, okay, Frankenstein. So it's got some of this, you know, it's got some Frankenstein. I know the basic Frankenstein story. It's this constructed life form, mad scientist deal. So if you want to make it stupid, sexy Frankenstein, you know, make stupid, sexy Frankenstein. Like you can use that as a framework to make that observation.
Okay.
If it's a new thing, you don't have that. Like you're just introducing the character.
Stupid, sexy Zyborg.
Yeah, if you're making stupid, sexy Zyborg, then all you've got is whatever you brought to it. But if it's stupid, sexy Frankenstein, then you've got a bunch of stuff to work off of.
A character from SpongeBob that they make the sexy. You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about handsome Squidward?
Yeah.
The blue.
Do like a handsome Squidward version of Frankenstein.
Yeah, you could do a handsome Squidward Frankenstein, and it would read. Like you could literally stick some neck bolt and a scar on basically anything, and that gives you Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So it places it for people. It is a cultural memory for us. It's one of the reasons why old medieval and Renaissance painting got so interesting sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because people had complex visual library that was shared. So you could do a bunch of very obscure, like wacky symbolism.
So the snails?
The snails. I don't know about the snails in particular.
No.
What's with the snails?
Well, snails were a common.
Yeah.
Rabbits with weapons. Is that not what you're talking about?
Well, the rabbits with weapons thing, I forget where that came from. I'm not sure if that was a pun or...
You're not sure of what?
I'm not sure if that was some kind of a pun. But you did have some of that stuff. So like you wouldn't have to do a full painting of like armored up rabbits and stuff.
Not like illumination.
Oh, Illumination too. Those tended to have a slightly different language, and I'm not as familiar with illumination
Oh, okay.
as I am painting, but you know, it was fairly easy to make. If you were asked, like, make a St. John the Baptist painting,
Oh, okay.
you could get that out of the way.
Like, he's got this blue whip in his hand. That means
Yeah.
he's Saint blah blah blah.
Yeah, he's got this. You know, if his head's off and on a plate, that's St. John. If there's a bull there, that's probably St. John. If there's a you know, if he's carrying a kid, that's a St. Christopher. So you could get in there and best viewers.
No.
But they're the very best viewers, Pie.
No.
You don't know unless you try.
No. Denied. We don't get the best viewers. We get the perfectly okay viewers.
But yeah, having that visual language, like, you could go in and you could get you could get super granular with your, like,
perfectly serviceable viewers.
perfectly serviceable.
Yes.
You know, like, symbolism got really in the weeds because you could pile layers and layers of it, and people were still going to get the main narrative. But you could also just go out there and do, like, your own variant. So, like, if you wanted to do some of my favorite old Baroque paintings were St. Jerome, which, fuck if I even know what a St. Jerome does. But he's like an old hermit dude. Yes, if you wanted to make a terrible looking cat. But no, like, they had these like old hermit guys, and he's usually got, like, a skull or something with him, because that was the known symbolism. But all the artists just got into, like, making the coolest wrinkles and shit they could make on this, like, haggard looking old dude.
Why you like that?
So, like, when you do a Frankenstein, it's like, yep, Frankenstein, got it, got the gist of that story. What's your specific like, what makes your Frankenstein cool? You move right on to that, so you can do all that fun. You know, I can make whatever crazy wrinkles I want to make. The Caravaggio one is pretty well known. Ribera. Yes. The Caravaggio Frankenstein is one of the best. I personally prefer Ribera's Frankenstein, but hey, like, everybody's got their own. But yeah, if you want to be Guillermo del Toro and do stupid sexy Frankenstein, like, no, you don't have to work real hard on the Frankenstein narrative. People already have that. So if you want to go and do some stuff, make some changes, it is weird how that works for, like, Frankensteins and your Gilmanses and that stuff, but you start like dicking around with Star Trek, and all of a sudden it's heresy, and you're gonna get the
Okay, fanboys are assholes.
so it's kiln time, by the by.
Oh, goodness. Fanboys suck.
You know, the rights police, whatever.
Rights, please.
Yeah. Copyright stuff.
Oh,
Um,
they suck too.
I don't like the way copyright is handled. I think it is counter to what copyright is there for as it currently stands. But that's also not really what I'm talking about.
All right.
I mean, part of the reason why the copyright issues are what they are is because there is something good about working with existing stuff that people know. Like, it takes a lot of time to get into making stuff up for like making your own alien universe, and the audience needs to be super invested to follow that. But if you start playing around in the Marvel universe or the Star Wars universe, the D&D universe,
What rings?
yeah, one of those, you don't have to do all of as much of the basic world building every single time, and you can move on to some of the other stuff. Get into making your point, and that is one of the reasons why, you know, those kind of culturally resonant narratives work so well. It's also one of the reasons why the copyright thing is such bullshit, because the copyright holders knew this shit perfectly well. So they're out there copywriting stuff that they've stolen, in the same sense that somebody writing Star Wars fan fiction.
Disney, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. I mean, Disney is some of the worst. Yeah, if I made my own Quark, I can make a version of Quark, and that allows me to, you know, comment on some of Quark's, like, tendencies in a way that's easy to read.
Do you mean the Ferengi?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, is there another Quark?
No, like, if I wanted to do,
You guys starting with a Ferengi is like, wait, what?
if I wanted to do
If I start with Star Trek, it's like, duh.
a good, like, shitty business joke, like, if I made a quick thing for, like, Quark coin, everyone's gonna get that.
Yeah.
Like, they know this is some bullshit, like, scam stuff. Like, we've established that. And it's funny, and it works. And it allows you to just, like, make the design cool. So if you've got a really good t-shirt for Quark coin, it's a cool thing and people are going to love it. If you've got a really crappy t-shirt for Quark coin, people still get it, but it's not interesting.
Shreds, you say.
2 shreds, you say? Yeah, like Disney's straight up copywriting fairy tales.
Yep.
That they fully acknowledge that they took from. And then you're allowed to squat on these things for 1,000,000 years now. Copyright can be sort of important. It's partially there is a consumer protection and to drive innovation, so you could afford to do the research. On making a cool new product, and someone couldn't just come along and make it for cheaper because they didn't have to make up any of that R&D cost. But that's not 75 years of squatting on something. If they just restricted it to like either the originator's lifetime, or maybe if it's something corporate owned, as long as that person is still working at the company or that original design team or whatever. It would make things much more reasonable. And we could have cooler things. I'm actually very disappointed that didn't turn into more of a thing when Mango Mussolini first started his tariff nonsense. One of the retaliatory gestures that was tossed around for like particularly Canada and Europe was, okay, well, we're gonna change our or change the way we enforce our intellectual property rights rules.
I like that one of his suggestions was like not paying attention to like anti-jailbreaking regulations and stuff.
The right to repair kind of things.
That would
Europe did do that.
That would be delightful.
Europe did do some of that. I don't know. I think Canada did as well.
I think so. It was like missed it. I don't think so.
What they did. I know Europe also.
You know, when it comes to like downloading torrents and stuff, the worst we can get is a strong worded letter.
Well, that's because you guys have a you guys have a tax built into something. It used to be with writable media.
Okay.
You guys had a tax built in
Nobody's doing that anymore.
that would that made sort of a fund that they could pull some of those claims off of or out of.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fantastic for not necessarily the most obvious reason. But instead of a company being able to go after an individual person who has, no standing lawyer or whatever, they'd have to go through like a government lawyer, so like a crown lawyer here in Canada, and actually prove an actual case with damages and everything,
Right.
to recover anything. So all the nuisance style stuff is pretty quickly eliminated. Companies hate this one simple trick. But yeah, we could just make some simple alterations to things like copyright claim and fair use that would go a hell of a long way. If they were to institute a relatively simple, I don't have to show up to court motion to file that just says fucking prove it. I have reason to believe that the copyright claim you made falls under fair use. So go convince a judge or eat my ass would fix a whole lot. Especially if it came with the if you fail this quiz 3 or 4 times, you don't get to
You don't get to file.
You don't get to file it again. Or you will summarily have to prove your nonsense before we'll even start a proceeding. Yeah. Slap stuff is extremely specific and doesn't really work well for copyright. I know that got a lot of press, probably because of the coverage that John Oliver gave it, and anti-slap legislation is handy, but it's not going to cover a lot of the more complex things that are going to come up with, like a fair use claim for copyright. You'd have to behave very badly as an IP holder to be in any danger of running afoul of slap suit or anti-slap legislation. Move this nose. Yeah, I think I do. Stretch out this upper lip a little. Yes, we do have 5 minutes. You kind of love the way just a simple little thing like shortening the nose and lengthening the upper lip completely changes the kind of character you're looking at. Where did I put my tool? There it is. It's one of the cool, very cool things and very frustrating things about character design. Just those itty bitty little changes. Can really make a huge difference. We're considering trying to do some more finished kind of YouTube-y content at some juncture in some way. And that'd be the kind of thing that I think would be interesting. Like just do a character design, 20 minutes or something long video, just fiddling with proportions and showing how that changes your characters up. Change the whole feel of a thing. Just moving the tip of the nose around. So, yeah.
Trying to point him at the.
Point him at the camera. Is that? Tell me where he looks good. Wait a minute.
There's our.
Let me put him in the middle here. So, what do you think?
Yes. Now go back a bit.
Go back a bit.
Yeah.
Face it more.
A little more.
A little more, a little more, a little more, a little more.
Can you pull it back?
I can't see nothing. Yeah, this guy's just begging for like a side eye kind of view. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a good night. Enjoy the kitties.
We will be back Tuesday.
We'll be back on Tuesday. Thanks for coming out.
Later, Payne.
Later.